Hello, today's lesson is about the distributive property. Today, we're going to talk about the distributive property of multiplication. The distributive property of multiplication tells us that multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each addend in the sum by the number and adding the products. I'll read that one more time for you. It says multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each addend in the sum by that number and adding the products. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what, Mr. Crawford? What in the world are you talking about? I know how you feel because when I read this definition, I don't know what they was talking about. But what I done was taking the distributive property and broken it down into 3 simple, easy steps. I promise you, if you follow these 3 steps, you will become an expert at multiplication. So here are the 3 steps. Step 1, decompose or break down the factor. Step 2, multiply each addend by the same factor. Step 3, add the sums together, and that will give you the product. Now let's see what these 3 steps look like in action. So for our first example, let's take 18 times 6. So for our first example, step 1, decompose or break down the factor. So what that means is we're going to take this large number, 18, we're going to break that number down and decompose it. Well, to decompose or break that number down, that means what numbers can we add together to get 18? Now, I like making things easy. So in my mind, I would just break this down in the expanded form. So when I break 18 down, the expanded form of 18 is 10 plus 8. So I have 10 plus 8. Okay? So I've broken it down the factor. Step 2, multiply each addend by the same factor. Now that we've broken 18 down, we now need to multiply both of these addends by the factor 6. Okay? So now we multiply 10 times 6. And now we multiply 8 times 6. Okay? 6 times 1 is 6, and then I add my 0. 6 times 8 equals 48. I bring down that addition sign. Step 3, add the sums together, and that will give you the product. So now all I have to do is add both of these together. So 60 plus 48. Okay. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 4 is 10. So therefore, 18 times 6 equals 108. See? It's really, really simple. Really, really simple. Well, let's see if we break down 18 by adding 2 different numbers and see if we would get the same answer. Okay. So when I broke down 18 in the previous example, I did 10 plus 8. Well, let me try breaking it down another way. What 2 other numbers can I add to get 18? Well, I can add 9 plus 9. 9 plus 9 gives us 18. Step 2, multiply each addend by the same factor. Well, I need to multiply each of these addends by 6. So I have 9 times 6, and again, 9 times 6. Okay? Let me finish this. 9 times 6 is 54. This 9 times 6 is 54. Step 3, add the sums together, and that will give you the product. So now let me come over here and add 54 plus 54. 4 plus 4 is 8. 5 plus 5 is 10. So yes, 18 times 6 equals 108. Boom, shaka-laka-laka, yeah! We still got the same product. These 3 little steps work. So let's try with a different number. Let's try 24 times 3. Okay? Step 1. Decompose or break down the factor. I'm going to take 24. I'm going to break that number down. Well, when I break down 24, I think of 20 plus 4. Step 2. Multiply each add-in by the same factor. So we're going to multiply 20 times 3 and 4 times 3. Well, when I multiply 20 times 3, all I really need to do is multiply 2 times 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. And I just add my 0 at the end. 4 times 3 is 12. Step 3. Add the sums together and that will give you the product. Well, I have 60 plus 12. Okay? 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 plus 1 is 7. So therefore, 24 times 3, the product is 72. This is so simple. You can do it. It is so easy. Okay? Let's try another example. For our next example, let's try a big number. Let's try a large number like 225 times 4. Let's try that one. Okay? So when I think of 225, step 1, it says decompose or break down that factor. So I'm going to take 225 and break that down. And when I think of 225, I think of 200 plus 20 plus 5. All I done was taking 225 and wrote that in expanded form. 200 plus 20 plus 5 give us 225. Step 2. Multiply each add-in by that same factor. So I'm going to multiply each of these add-ins by the factor 4. So I got 200 times 4, 20 times 4, and 5 times 4. Okay? 4 times 2 is 8. Add my 2 zeros at the end. That gives us 800. 4 times 2 is 8. Add my 1 0 at the end. That gives us 80. 4 times 5 is 20. So, step 3. Add the sums together and that will give you the product. So I have 800 plus 80 plus 20. Zero plus 0 plus 0 equals 0. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 8 plus 1 equals 9. So 225 times 4 equals 900. And that is the distributive property. That is very much the distributive property. See, this is very easy. You can do this at home. You can try this at home, okay? Remember to follow these 3 simple, easy steps. Step 1, decompose or break down the factors. That's how we've broken it down. 200 plus 20 plus 5. Step 2, multiply each add-in by the same factor. We multiply each of these add-ins by 4. 200 times 4, 20 times 4, 5 times 4. And step 3, add the sums together and that will give you the product. 800 plus 80 plus 20 gives us a product of 900. So 225 times 4 equals 900. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a wonderful day.